Echo Division principally trains Army Reserve units that are levied against the NORTHCOM Submarine Response Enterprise mission set. We train mass casualty decon units, hazmat reconnaissance units, medical units that are designated to support mass casualty decon, and we also train urban search and rescue units in the Army Reserve. This weekend's mission is to help do the initial training for the 456th Medical Company Area Support, or MCAS. They're located in Somersworth, New Hampshire. This is our first time to actually get into the role of doing collective training with the unit. What we're most impressed with so far this weekend has just been the quality of the NCO leadership, officer leadership, and just some very, very motivated and hardworking soldiers. It's been a pleasure this weekend to work with them because they've done from starting at zero, they've definitely become heroes. It's been a good weekend. We kind of first have to paint the picture.
This all kind of started back here in 1996. Anybody know what happened in 1995? Oklahoma City bomb.
Big, broad hand wave. This is how you fit into the Submarine Response Enterprise. More importantly, this is what the Submarine Response Enterprise is. And then we neck it down.
Up to your waist, have a seat, put your boots on, have a seat.
Put your boots on. Now, when I was telling you to y'all yesterday.
Oh my goodness. It's a lot more demanding. I'm not gonna lie about that. It's definitely like you have to kind of reorganize everything and make sure everyone knows about just how much you have going on, because I mean this year in the training year alone already, and that was, we assumed that on June. We've done well over a month of training collectively, not even including drills. Just like AT, summer training we had to do, hazmat classes we had to do. So it's definitely a time commitment, a commitment all around for everyone.
Okay. A lot of coordination. Basically, we establish an hierarchy. We call it an hierarchy. All the leadership positions have to be filled, and there's reporting requirements based on that hierarchy. We teach them initially starting off. The hierarchy we actually start with is an incident command system on how that affects them and what they do, because they're going to be in response and support of an incident commander at some point. So we basically, that hierarchy of operational management and communications we teach on a company level.
Sure, it's definitely different. A lot of us are just used to our medical triage, not really the civilian way, the military way. Getting them up here and teaching us a lot of new things, definitely challenging, different task for us. I think we're up for it. We're a pretty collaborative unit. I think we'll be just fine for it.
Sure. I was running away from it in the crowd, and I just kind of fell, and I got a little road rash, you know.
That's all you got? Nothing?
Yeah, I'm good. I feel okay.
Feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a fastball? Everything's feeling all right?
Yeah, everything's feeling okay. I mean, if I can just get like a big band-aid, I think I'll be okay. That's a doc take.
Well, we're not going to do that here, but they're going to help you great with that over there, okay?
Outstanding.
Give you a nice cold shower and stuff. Take care of you today.
Perfect.
Definitely different. I know a lot of questions were brought if we could actually do it. Just because most of us are EMTBs, and if we were to fall in under the military or the civilian side, which kind of direction we would have to take, we got that cleared up. We know we're good. As for seeing civilians, a lot of our units, emergency service on the civilian side, they've dealt with it before. It'll be a little more difficult, but again, I think we're up for it.
The best part of it is to have a group of people initially that really have no visibility, no idea what's going on, and to have them gain knowledge and enthusiasm through understanding it and identifying problems within their own operation and setting solutions and enacting those and having them move forward and show. Today, or this weekend, we are working with them as an isolated unit. They normally are with a chem company. The next step for this unit will be an exercise in Homestead, Florida in January, where they will be coupled with a 413th chem company. They will operate the two together to accomplish the triage, decontamination, treatment, and transport to final disposition of victims. No, you're right. You could say that. If it were real, you could tell if it's hemorrhaging or not. If it's a massive hemorrhage, you're going to do it, right? If not, you're not, right? So yeah, let's stick with that.
The biggest fulfillment for me, we take a lot of time away from home, and a lot of hours during the work, a lot of labor involved, long hours on your feet, but all that really doesn't matter. The biggest fulfillment is watching it all come together on the day they need to perform, and all the best practices that we teach, all the recommendations we give, watching it be successful.
The biggest thing that kind of goes, doesn't necessarily have an appreciation, I think, is the amount of time and energy that gets spent preparing, executing, and then finishing up. There are a lot of requirements that we have to accomplish, and there are probably staff sections maybe in our north that would probably benefit from coming out and visiting any one of the teams and watching what we do. It's an easy way to lay out a regulation or lay out a policy concerning whatever. But when you understand the impact of the citizen, the civilian who's trying to execute a job, and is really truly conscientious about wanting to ensure that the job gets done well. So, I would highly encourage any staff person to come out and watch what we do, whether it's Echo Division or any of the other divisions associated with civil support training.